Hello, I'm Jeff, and welcome to Sidelick Town. Today in Sidelick Town, we'll see Ray's cat with a new attitude, and help Jeff fix the car. But first, there's a little thief at the supermarket. It was a bright morning in Sidelick Town. Billy was helping Corey repaint the walls. Ray was taking a train ride. And Jeff had the morning off. He decided to get his shopping done. "Good morning, Gary," chirped Jeff. "Hello, Jeff," said Gary. "You seem happy." "I am right now," said Jeff. "Are you not?" "I'm not happy, you see," grunted Gary. "I usually make sure there are at least 5 apples in the basket. I filled it last night, and now 2 are missing," he complained. "No one came to my shop last night." "I'll bet it's Mike playing a trick," sighed Jeff. "Usually I do have some fun at night," began Mike. "But I was too busy working on my secret plan to build walls around the world and entrap everyone." "It's not a secret now, correct?" asked Jeff. Mike groaned. Crumbling crayons. Just then a thumping noise was heard. "Did you hear that?" asked Jeff. "Yes, but what makes that noise?" cried Gary. They soon found out. An orange dog ran past the store with a banana in its mouth. "That's it," accused Gary. "That's my crook." Others came out to see what the noise was. "I liked that banana," sighed Tommy. "That's a nice-looking dog," put in Billy, "especially with that ear." "Reminds me of my cat," smiled Ray. "Except it's sneakier." "Dog food is in another store, puppy," laughed Oscar. "Which means he should stop robbing my store," shouted Gary. Jeff felt sorry for the robbed Gary, but also for the dog. "How about we just leave food outside so that he won't need to eat from your store?" suggested Jeff. "That would work for tonight," agreed Gary. "But that would mean we'd have to put out food every night for him." "And then if we stop," added Gary, "he'll just eat me out of house and home." "I'd be willing to feed him every night," offered Jeff. "That's a good idea, Jeff," said Corey, "but I can't have a stray animal running around the town in the middle of the night." "Gary, you can stay up tonight with food for him. Then you can take him somewhere that has enough food for him. Or perhaps the Little Lick will care for him." Jeff was worried. He had thought of keeping the dog himself, but he wasn't sure he was ready for such responsibility, or if the others would approve. So everyone went back to work. There was no sign of the dog for the rest of the day. But when night came, Gary brought out some pork. He wanted the dog out. Jeff was up too, ready to see the dog once more before Gary took it away. He heard rustling and thumping. He knew the dog was coming this way. "Don't worry," he told himself. "That pooch will be home with plenty of care soon. Gary will know what to do." The dog ran out, running as fast as possible. It stole the pork and made its way to the timeout bench, where Jeff was hiding. It paused and looked at Jeff. "He's so cute," whined Jeff. "What should I do?" Gary ran up to the mud, but Jeff jumped out. "Jeff," cried Gary, "what are you doing here?" "I'm going to care for this dog, Gary," declared Jeff. "I'll make sure he leaves your store alone. Could you just make sure it's okay with Corey tomorrow?" "Well, sure," said Gary. "I hope he doesn't drive you too crazy." But he didn't. Jeff once had a dog long ago and named this one after his old one. Jeff and Henry bonded quickly. And the others grew fond of him too. Even Gary admits that he's too cute to be angry at, even though he took the pork. Corey's car needs some repairs, and Jeff is willing to put the new pieces in. But he doesn't know too much about cars. Can you help him fix Corey's car? The first piece is a circle, the same shape as a wheel. Could this be a new wheel? Yes, it is. One of the tires is flat, so Jeff gives it a new one. Now he sees a long flat board. The bumper is the same width. Is this a new bumper? That's right. The old bumper has dents, so Jeff replaces it. Now there's a big square. Jeff isn't sure where that piece goes. It's as wide as the car. Could this possibly be the floor of the car? Yes, the floor is a bit dirty, so Jeff replaces it with this fresh new one. The car is now as good as new. Jeff can't wait to drive it to show Corey. Each and every lick in town has at least one friend. Even Mike has Tommy to talk to. But sometimes the best of friends are not other licks. Jeff and his friends consider Henry a great friend even though he's a dog. And Ray and Mac like Fugitivo. Fugitivo is Ray's cat. His name means runaway since he likes to run around and hide. One day Ray brought the cat into town. "Why, it's Fugitivo," cheered Mac. "What's new about you, pussycat?" wondered Billy. "Is it your fur or your sunglasses?" "I'm wondering the same," said Ray. "He looks the same way he did when I last saw him," said Timmy. "Perhaps, but he doesn't act the same," Ray said slowly. "He's a cat," huffed Tommy. "All he does is lie around and meow." "Just watch, Tommy," ordered Ray. "Mac, could you put some chicken down for our cat friend?" Mac obediently put some chicken down. The cat ran over to it and licked it all up. "Have you stopped feeding him, Ray?" asked Oscar. "I feed him every day," replied Ray, "but he never eats like that." "Hi, kitty cat," Nick said innocently. The cat ran up to Nick and tried to jump onto his head. Ray held him back. "Sorry, Nick. You must think your hair is another cat." "Just keep that tiger away from me," cried Nick. "I've lost one hairdo too many." "See how different he is?" asked Ray. The others didn't respond. They just backed away slowly. "I guess he should go home now," sighed Ray. The next day, the others were playing with Henry. He was playing fetch and following them around with a big smile. Meanwhile, Ray had to hold back his cat. Henry wasn't the one scaring him. Fugitivo was scaring Henry. "I'm worried about Ray and Fugitivo," said Jeff. "They mean well, but Fugitivo is just strange now." "I'm beginning to think that isn't Fugitivo at all," added Billy. As Ray and his cat left, Henry was still hiding. "He's gone now, boy," reassured Jeff. No matter how long they talked, Henry still looked scared. "What is it, dog?" snapped Billy. They heard a faint meow. They were worried Fugitivo was back. And they all backed away when they saw the cat come out from behind some carts. The others were prepared to run, but the cat stood still. "It must be waiting for the right moment," suggested Billy. "You know, Billy," began Jeff, "Fugitivo is acting more like himself now. He's calm, and now he's appearing in strange places again." Jeff, Billy, and Timmy pondered as Henry sniffed the cat. Just then, Ray came back, with Fugitivo. "How is that possible? He's with Henry." "This is strange," cried Ray. "How can my cat be over there when it's here?" "I don't think that's your cat," laughed Billy. Timmy stepped over to the hissing feline. He spotted a small zipper on its back. "That isn't Fugitivo," chortled Timmy. "It's little Fugitivo." Indeed it was. Underneath the costume was a tiny version of Fugitivo. They were all shocked. Timmy and Jeff grinned, though. "Let's take this rambunctious kitty back to the city," chuckled Timmy. "You go ahead," said Ray. "I want to spend time with the real Fugitivo."